What's going on, guys? I'm gonna just wrap up day 3 real quick for you because we don't really have a whole lot to show. It was another pretty good day. We communicated with quite a bit of moose, but for some reason they just, again, it was that heat, just like you saw the first couple days. They would kind of grunt every once in a while and not really move a whole lot. So day 3, I really got nothing to show you unless you just want to watch 20 minutes of me calling my head off, but I'm assuming you don't. So we're gonna jump right into day 4, and we kind of talked the night of day 3. We kind of sat down around the camp and talked a little bit, and with only 3 days left to hunt, we decided, you know what, this isn't the time to just sit and wait and let them come to us. They're not really moving that much. It's really hot. So instead of just waiting on them, let's go in after them, get really aggressive, and make these bulls get up on their feet and make them come see what we're all about.
Good job, baby. Good job. There it is. Big old Maine smallmouth bass. Caught it on a drop shot, about 28 foot of water. Show me first pair. Oh my God, the first 15 minutes.
So we went right back in first light to the spot where the bull that we call Flat Top is. We really were having pretty good communication with moose in there every single day. First thing we tried to do was, there was another road that kind of paralleled the backside of a bunch of cuts. So we went onto that side of the road first thing in the morning. Did have a bull respond to us, but the wind was kind of blowing back into those cuts and was really kind of wrong, and we think he smelled us and slipped back into the woods. So we kind of regrouped, and I think it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, we decided to go back to the original road and cut into those cuts from there. So for anybody that hasn't moose hunted before, basically what we're doing at this point is we're going through the woods. We're not trying to be quiet. This isn't like you're sneaking around trying to shoot a deer. We are actually trying to make noise, not necessarily make more noise than we normally would, but if we break a branch, we break a branch. All that's happening is the 3 of us are walking through the woods. I'm throwing out a bull grunt every once in a while. And what this typically does is, at some point, you're gonna get into a comfort zone of another bull. It's gonna make him mad, and it's gonna make his brain switch from being relaxed like he was to being mad. And typically they will come in and give you a shot. Well, we get walking and I come up to this pile of bones. I'm like, holy cow, and I could tell by the vertebrae were huge. I was like, this has to be a bull. So Dad and I kind of start searching around for a skull. We're thinking probably winter kill. It's gonna just have pedicles and no antlers on it at all. And so me and him kind of spread out. My wife literally turns around and there's a nice bull skull right there on the ground. We're walking this cut trying to strike up a bull, pretty much, because we're not getting any luck with getting them out into the road. So we're going in after them a little bit, trying to be a little more aggressive. I walked up on a bone pile, and you could tell that it was big bones. It's a big moose, either a really big cow or a really big bull. But the head wasn't there, so we started looking around. Dad kind of went this way, I went this way, and Sarah behind the camera turns around. And it's a really nice bull right here. Must have died late fall from fighting or early winter because its antlers are still on.
Look at the fronts on it.
Look how he teardrops down.
Yeah. Heavy on the fronts.
Yep. Good bull.
Mm.
I'd be very happy with that bull.
I hope to be doing this on a fresh kill soon.
Well, luckily for my dad, we didn't make it 100 yards, and it started to rain a little bit, and we just kind of jumped off to the side just to get into some cover on the thickets, and it's really thick where we are. And we must have made a little bit of noise and just got close enough, and we hear a bull grunting, and he is coming.
Yep. He's coming out right in front of us. I can see his ears. Oh my God.
Hey!
Busted us. You did. As soon as I see him turn. I wasn't gonna let him go.
I could have smoked him right here the whole time.
I know.
I didn't want to talk to you. I was gonna say shoot him whenever you can.
I shot through some, but
So did I. Both shot. But that one I got him
yeah,
solid
that
for
was a
that
good
one.
Oh my God.
Oh, Dad. You probably shook like crazy, huh?
I don't.
That's freehanding with guns. I don't expect anything less.
Just what we were trying to do. It happened. Running, gunning, and I think
at
that's
this.
the only way we can do that.
Oh.
It's the only way we could do it. We couldn't get them to commit
They
unless we
wouldn't.
challenged them.
We are in the woods.
Oh my gosh.
This is gonna be an all day, but I don't give a crap. We just found that dead bull.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
100 yards away.
Last year's bull.
And he's not a bad little bull.
No, I'm not. Perfect.
It's awesome. Oh my God, I'm still shaking. I can't.
Oh, I want to cry. I'm so happy for that.
A lot of good things happened this week. It was fun.
That was awesome.
The fun might be over.
Yeah, the fun's over. So I gotta apologize for the kill shot footage. I understand it's not the most perfect footage in the world. I get that, but it is what it is. This moose was close, way too close. My dad was on one side of the Twitch trail and he was on the other side of the Twitch trail. So he was probably 7 yards away from my dad, and it was so thick, you can tell by the footage, we could barely see him, and we were probably 12 yards from him. So it just kind of is what it is. It's my wife's first time ever running camera on a hunt, and I think she did an awesome job. I know that the footage is shaky, but anybody that goes out and freehands a camera and during gunshots, they're probably gonna shake. It takes a lot of practice to not do that. So I think she did a great job. She definitely made the week more fun with being able to teach her, about beech nuts and that kind of stuff, and her seeing her first bear. Definitely having her there was added to the experience of the hunt for sure.
Well, it's Thursday morning, the 4th day of our hunt. And we have been hunting hard with the hot weather, nothing moving. We get response to some bulls, but they wouldn't commit to come out. So this morning we decided to go in after them because we couldn't call them out of the woods. And believe me, we're deep in the woods. We're gonna spend some time probably cutting them up and bringing them out in pieces. Pretty sure that's gonna happen. But we'll go back to the trucks and get everything ready and see what happens. But really happy. Appreciate Jeffrey and Sarah, VidCam girl. We worked really hard this week and it paid off finally. Appreciate it, guys.
Hard to believe. I'm happy for you. This is his second moose hunt, and coming down to the 4th day, you start wondering if if it's going to be the same thing over and over again, where last year we didn't get him a moose. We already had a good opportunity this week earlier with a small bull about this size, and it didn't work out. So it was nice to see us finally connect. Sorry about the footage. I'm sure it's shaky. I'm sure it's loud. There was a lot of shooting going on. There's no fancy B-roll with this. This was a straight up make it happen hunt, bang bang kind of play, and we did it, and I'm beyond thrilled.
Me too. And again, I appreciate the help. We worked really hard, all of us.
Yeah.
Everyone did their job.
This definitely wasn't the big monster giant bulls that we have here in the state of Maine, but when you're in a zone that you don't know, they gave out only 45 tags in zone 19, so it's a pretty decent sized zone. So there's not a whole lot of it's not a real high density moose population, so it really is kind of, you should probably take the first moose you see kind of a zone, unless you know it really, really well, which we do not. But I gotta say, out of all the moose hunts I've been a part of, either for filming or being the hunter or being the guide, this was hands down one of my all-time favorite trips, period. I got to spend it with my wife, I got to spend it with my dad, and we got a moose. And granted, I would have loved to have seen him get a nice 50+ inch, 60 inch kind of moose, but at the end of the day, we got a moose. That was our goal, and it was an absolute awesome hunt. I can't wait till one of us gets another tag.